Welcome to the History Hub. Today, we're diving into the long and complex history of the Israel-Palestine conflict, which flared up again on October 7, 2023. This conflict isn't new. It's been going on for nearly 3,000 years. The story begins around the 8th century BC. Back then, the area we now call Israel and Palestine was home to the kingdoms of Judah and Israel. These were the lands of the Jewish tribe. Meanwhile, the ancestors of the Palestinians, often referred to as Philistines, lived along the coast from the Gaza Strip to Tel Aviv. The story begins around the 8th century BC. Back then, the area we now call Israel and Palestine was home to the kingdoms of Judah and Israel. These were the lands of the Jewish tribe. Meanwhile, the ancestors of the Palestinians, often referred to as Philistines, lived along the coast from the Gaza Strip to Tel Aviv. According to the Old Testament, a key text in Judaism, God promised this land to the Israelites, the descendants of Abraham. This divine promise set the stage for early disputes over who had the right to live there. By 722 BC, the powerful Assyrian Empire took control of Israel, displacing the Jewish population. This started a pattern of foreign domination that would last for centuries. The Babylonians, who came next, destroyed the Jewish temple in Jerusalem and sent many Jews into exile. But by 539 BC, the Persians conquered Babylon, allowing the Jews to return and rebuild their temple. Centuries later, in 63 BC, the Romans took over. The Jews rebelled twice, but both times they were defeated, leading to a Jewish diaspora, a scattering of Jews across the Roman Empire. As Christianity grew within the Roman Empire, Jews faced more persecution. Then, in 638 AD, Muslims under Caliph Umar conquered the region, bringing a period of relative tolerance where Jews were allowed to return to Jerusalem. Fast forward to the 16th century, the Ottoman Empire took control of Jerusalem. During this period, the Jewish population in the city grew, and by the 19th century, Jews became the largest religious group there. In the late 1800s, a Jewish journalist named Theodor Herzl proposed the idea of creating a Jewish state in Palestine. This idea gained support, especially after the British government issued the Balfour Declaration in 1917, which supported a Jewish homeland in Palestine. After World War I, the League of Nations gave Britain control over Palestine. Jewish immigration increased, leading to tensions with the Arab population. The conflict intensified, especially after the horrors of World War II and the Holocaust. In 1947, the United Nations proposed dividing Palestine into Jewish and Arab states, with Jerusalem as an international city. The Jewish leaders accepted the plan, but the Arab leaders did not. On May 14, 1948, Israel declared its independence, leading to a war with neighboring Arab states. By the end of the 1948 war, Israel had expanded its territory, and many Palestinians became refugees. Over the next few decades, there were multiple conflicts, including the Six-Day War in 1967, where Israel captured significant territories. In 1978, the Camp David Accords marked the first peace agreement between Israel and an Arab state, Egypt. However, peace in the region remained elusive as tensions and violence continued. Palestinian frustration led to two major uprisings, known as intifadas, in the late 20th century. These uprisings highlighted the ongoing conflict over land and sovereignty. In recent years, conflicts have continued, including major military operations and peace talks that have stalled. The situation remains complex, with deep-rooted issues that are yet to be resolved. The history of the Israel-Palestine conflict is long and intricate. As we look at the past, we hope for a future where peace can finally be achieved in this troubled land.